Hey guys, welcome back to True Space. This is Harith, and today we're going to be checking on the new moon in Aquarius. And this is important because we have to learn how to follow the stars, the constellation, the houses, because they represent our higher natures. Our higher natures is what's the future aiming to, and that's how we could predict and learn what's going to happen more in the future, as opposed to get lost in our lower animalistic natures, which is living on earth, which is everything you could see around you, the animals, the trees, the rivers, the rocks. You as a human right now, you have the highest vehicle of awareness. You are capable of doing so many different things that a regular animal cannot do, because we as humans have this very logical brain that allows us to separate from nature and do all this crazy shit, create technology, look at a tree, chop it up, build a house, create cars, and all type of crazy stuff. What tends to happen is that we live on earth, so we get lost in our animalistic natures. We get lost in everything we already done and every vehicle that we already experienced. We are right now building towards what you want to call almost like a mental body, but for you to reach that type of dimension, you gotta really understand like things like astrology, numerology, and geometry and things of that nature. But the whole point of astrology is to follow our higher natures so we don't get lost in the third dimensions, because everything in third dimension is so dense. It's very hard to understand what's good and evil and things of that nature. So the new moon in Aquarius is going to be conjuncting the sun in 12-degree Aquarius, then conjunct Saturn in 15-degree Aquarius. So the new moon, as it's going to happen, is going to through a conjunction with the sun and Saturn. And I really like this because this is the energy it's going to bring. It's going to bring new emotional reaction to our association, to our abstract thought, to the ways we want to be inventive, while blending that with our new point of views, our new actions coming from the sun, because it's a conjunction about our association, our abstract thoughts. So, and we finished the early degrees of Aquarius, 0 to 12 degrees. So the sun right now, before the new moon is coming there to bring the new moon energy towards that house, that sign, the energy of Aquarius, the sun already started to go into Aquarius, if you remember that correctly, and the sun was moving through these degrees. And the early degrees of a house or a sign tends to be the cardinal aspect of it, or the lightest aspect of it. And as we move through degrees, you're gonna feel the energy gets heavier and heavier, because each house is at 30 degrees, and I think the first 0 to 10 degree is cardinal, and then 10 to 20 degrees that's fixed, which is where we are right now, where the sun is a conjunct the moon. Then the late degrees between 10 to 30 are the mutable, us coming out of this energy, aka us maturing. You could associate that with cardinal as us being early ager, little kids, and then the middle degrees, the fixed portions, this are us maturing, learning, becoming adults. Then the late degrees, us graduating, becoming like grandparents and things of that nature. So we're gonna experience new emotional reaction when it comes to our association, our abstract thoughts, and how we want to be inventive, and that's gonna be blended with our new points of views coming from our sun about our association, about abstract thoughts. So and we finished the early degrees of Aquarius from 0 to 20 degrees. So right now the sun is maturing. The sun right now, your point of views, that we're gonna take actions, that we're gonna eliminate the world. Right now, you understand how you're gonna approach this. You know how you're gonna associate yourself, who you want to be on your group, who you can work with to be inventive and revolutionary in nature. You already figured that out, because the sun right now is in the late degrees, or I hope at least you figured that out. And the new moon, there's gonna bring that new refreshed energy that's gonna make you feel so emotionally brand new when it comes to dealing with these things. You're gonna be able to handle it much more better, much more easier, much more smoother. So the moon is feminine and the sun is masculine. So when we have a feminine and masculine coming together, this is a blend of the best of two world type of energies, because masculine male energy and then feminine female energy, and then them conjuncting each other in the same house, same area of the sky. This is like a power up. This is a conjunction and things of that nature. So also the new moon in Aquarius, as it conjunct the sun, is gonna go hit Saturn too. It's a conjunct Saturn too. So this is very good too. So Saturn there is gonna bring a reality check. Saturn's gonna bring the harshness. Saturn's gonna bring those boundaries and understanding, energy of rejection, how to be more serious and to be more restrictive when it comes to our association, when it comes to our revolutionary thought, when it comes to our abstract thought. Saturn is going to give you a reality check as you feeling this new emotional approach to deal with your association, to deal with your abstract thoughts, to know how to deal with this group, that group, that group. So Saturn's gonna bring in this reality check, which is going to allow us to be more restrictive to our association and our abstract thought. So we're going to have the sun, the moon, Saturn, all in one area. That's like an amazing conjunction. And please try to do your best to learn which house you have it in, learn which house you have your sun, your Saturn, your moon, where's it going to happen in, because that's a whole like Isreal type of ritual if you know how to harness it properly. Because Isreal, like, it's a whole astrological term. Like the first part is Isis is the moon in the Egyptian deity, and then Ra, Israel, and then Ra is the sun god, and then El Saturn. So Israel are the people who worship sun, the moon, sun, and Saturn, and we all have this whole Isreal energy going on in Aquarius. So I'm actually really excited. I want to see what's going to happen really, or what type of manifestations is going to happen, because I have all the sun, Saturn, and the new moon is all going to happen in my third house. And in my third house, I naturally have Uranus in Aquarius and Jupiter in Aquarius, and then they're conjuncting each other there. So that tends to bring a lot of expansion, restlessness, abstract thought, moving too much, getting into too much accidents when it comes to specifically to like my siblings, my short distance travel, early and beginning form of communications and things of that nature. Definitely is going to help me out because I have a lot of things going on there. I need to take care of, like finding new ways to get to work quicker, figuring out new ways to publish more material, writing, making videos, and also being more responsible in that area, Saturn, and utilize my sun, paying more attention, being selective, illuminating that area, paying attention to it. And then the new moon is gonna give you the new emotion start in it. So figure out where you have your sun, your Saturn, and the new moon, in which house you have it in, because the house is gonna show you the area of life where these energy is gonna play out. So we're gonna also have the new moon in 7-degree Aquarius, Sextile Chiron in Aries. So we're gonna find new ways to reflect and emotionally react to the power of association and being inventive, and utilize the energy of being determined, stubborn about our networking and connecting with other people. And that right now, us having a new moon there, we're feeling in new ways to approach it. And that whole new moon in Aquarius is seeing opportunity for the wounded healer Chiron to heal where you feel you don't have the right to be yourself. Because right now Chiron is in Aries, and a lot of us, Chiron, if you ever look at the symbol of Chiron, is a key. And I feel like Chiron plays a major role in breakthrough and understanding where do you have it, in which house you have it. For example, I have Chiron in Aries in my 5th house. So Chiron is telling me I gotta heal, I gotta learn. I might have, in my younger years, I might have felt like I have no sense of creativity, aka a heart, a solar plexus to express. And Chiron is right there telling me, hey, you could heal these things, you could fix that wound. Because I may have felt like I could never be creative, I may not never be expressive and things of that nature. So Chiron is right there helping me work on these things, work on the way I express myself, my pleasures, my social life, the way I decide to jump on the stage. So the new moon in Aquarius is going to bring new emotional ways and new ways to reflect that Aquarius energy to help you handle Chiron to deal with Aries, because this is where we get the benefit of air energy and fire energies. Fire energy deal with intuition, imagination, and burning through reality, and air energy deal with communication, knowledge, networking, debating, and things of that nature. With the new energy going on with the new moon in Aquarius, that will actually help us to direct the fire of Aries to the right places, because sometimes fire tends to just burn its spot, tends to burn and tends to almost have no direction, just burning. This is why we see fire signs as courageous people, inspiring. We see them as leaders and things of that nature, because that fire burns so hard we can see it. But this is why they need air signs around them to help them to pinpoint it, to help them take their energy and bring it to the right area. So this is what we're experiencing with the new moon in Aquarius, Sextile and Chiron, because Aquarius is a fixed air. It's going to really help us to be more fixated in the mental realm, the realm of thinking, connecting, and networking. This is a very highly logical energy. It's going to help you approach your childhood, your wounds in Aries in a very practical, communicative, new way. So I'm actually really looking forward for that too. So new moon in Aquarius, at 7-degree sextile Chiron in Aries. Figure out which house you have it in so you will know how to balance these things out, because I have the new moon in Aquarius in my 3rd house, aka my 3D surroundings, my close up proximity, the area of my early communication, siblings, and things of that in nature. And by me knowing how to utilize this new moon energy in Aquarius, being fixated on my thought, networking, and utilizing my 3rd house, I'm gonna be see opportunity with whatever house Chiron is in Aries, because I have in my 5th house. So I'm gonna figure out new ways to approach these things, dealing with expressing myself, dealing with creativity, dealing with jumping on the stage and things of that nature, which is I'm currently doing. But either way, we're gonna also have Jupiter and 7-degree Pisces sextile Uranus in Taurus. So this is gonna deal with expansion and experiencing the dreams, expansion of dreams, and experiencing our dreams and illusion. And that sextile is going to provide the opportunity to see opportunities and see ways of bringing these dreams and these illusion that tends to exist in the Neptunian Pisces world, where Dolo the Parliament calls it La La Land. Whenever you sit in your dreams and your illusion, this is you jumping on La La Land, and a lot of these things don't make sense. So Jupiter right now is here to bring expansion, to make it go through learning experiences and provide knowledge and wisdom come to these dreams and illusion. You're just gonna make sure that these dreams and illusions that you have are not unrealistic. You have to be as realistic as possible. But with Pisces and with Jupiter being at home in Pisces, dream as much as you want. This is your time to expand your fucking illusions and dreams. Just try your best to make sure it's realistic and it makes sense. Don't get lost in that Pisces world, yo. So figure out which house you have it in. For example, I have Jupiter in Pisces in my 4th house, so I'm gonna go through a lot of expansion, learning, experiencing when it comes to understand how to learn how to be flexible, learn how to be more flexible and adaptable when it comes to my ways of connecting emotionally and on a feeling level, aka the vibe world, with people in my 4th house, aka family, home, domestic issues and things of that. And I really like this because I've been dealing with a lot of like family issues and things of that nature, and I feel like Jupiter and Pisces is going to bring a lot of expansion, bring a lot of understanding, bring a lot of compassion, because this is mutable water. We're willing to travel so far for other people to understand on an emotional level. So I really like this. So Jupiter and 7-degree Pisces is going to sextile Uranus in Taurus. So Uranus is dealing with us wanting to achieve originality, rebellion, and that abrupt changes. Uranus is a very Mercury-like. If you understand how Mercury works, is very Mercury is the messenger of the gods, and it tends to bring abrupt changes. It makes statements, declaration. It's very hard to keep track of Mercury. If you ever see Mercury playing out through Geminis or Virgos, Mercury deals with our ability to think, and Uranus is literally Mercury on crack. This is Mercury going all out. This is Mercury trying to be inventive. This is Mercury doing a bunch of crazy shit in our own mind. This is why it plays out through Uranus energy, play out as a lot of nervous system issues that could fuck up your own body. And this is why people who have a lot of Aquarius energy, they need to learn how to be more physically grounded, learn how to do yoga, stretches, eat properly, so they could handle that Uranus energy that's playing out through their nervous system, through their astrocytes, through their neurons, through their chi energy and things of that nature. So they don't become very lost in their mind, and they don't develop neurological problems. That's what a lot of people with Mercury and Uranus energy go through: nervous system issues and things like ADHD, seizures, random sickness, and things of that nature. Definitely watch out for that. So Uranus in Taurus wants us to achieve new originality, new ways to approach how we achieve that money, that possession, how we earn money, a sense of earth that we all live in, to feel peaceful, aka the material wealth we have. And Uranus is really shaking the ground for that. And you already know that, because if you look at everything in the 3rd dimension right now, the government, PP loans, fucking NFTs, crypto, the government bailing out companies, GameStop, the stock jumping from like few cents into $400, big hedge funds trying to short other stocks and win, but they're fucking losing right now. AMC, but that's a whole nother topic. So Jupiter and Pisces right now, we experience expansion and experiencing our dreams and illusion on the highest level, which is seeing opportunity for us to achieve uniqueness, originality when it comes to the material realm. We can figure out, aka this could help us figure out a new way to achieve the material realm and achieving what pleases our five senses. This is why Taurus are ruled by Venus, the five-pointed star, and they like to. This is why they like to call them as sensual people, because they like to feel things and things of that nature. All earth signs do that, but Taurus, they do it on the highest level because they're ruled by Venus. So they really love and appreciate and indulge on these things. This is why they like to call them foodie people. They like to eat food and things of that nature. I got Venus with my Taurus. I tell you that for a fact. And my younger brother's a Taurus, and I can tell you that for a fact too. So we can also have Jupiter and 7-degree Pisces, sextile Mars in Capricorn. So while we're experiencing all this expansion and achieving, even going in access when it comes to our dream, being flexible when it comes to our dreams, illusions, aka our mutable water, how we connect with the whole collective on a subconscious level, understanding what the collective wants us to do, so we could receive more dreams, more guidance through our dreams, visions, imagination. And then Jupiter's there is giving meaning and reason to these things, just to make sure that you don't go too far in the Pisces world. But that is sextile, seeing opportunity for us for Mars to command, take action on our passion, intent for initiating practical Earth, what we want to be, our status, career, and how we could be seen by the external world, because the midheaven, aka your 10th house, is the most external part to you, is the most further out thing you have to travel, while something like Cancer is the closest thing towards your heart, aka your soft spot. So Jupiter and Pisces is bringing that seeing opportunity for us to be able to take action, for us to have passions, for us to have desires, to build that restriction, these boundaries when it comes to the material realm that we want. So I really actually like this. But we also have Mercury is going to be still retrograding at 7 degrees Aquarius all the way to 24 degree in Capricorn. So Mercury is still retrograding. So Mercury is giving this opportunity to really think, to really come up with statements, to really come up with declaration, to really think how we gonna achieve or go about the way we want to be fixated on communication, networking, association, and abstract thought. So Mercury is retrograding, meaning that it's giving us the time to rethink these things. Then it's gonna dip back, jump into Capricorn, which is going to help us remodel our plan, remodel strategic way we want to approach, how we're going to achieve these boundaries, restriction comes to the material realm. And then after it's done retrograding, we figured out how we're gonna we thought about our association. We jumped back into rethinking our plan, remodeling it. Then we're gonna move forward with association, we're gonna move forward with networking, we're gonna move forward with communicating, which is very good, because a lot of people stress out at Mercury retrograde and things of that in nature. But having a Mercury retrograde, this is a great time to actually rethink a lot of things, and you've already been doing it, so I don't even have to tell you. Just figure out which house you have Mercury in, so you know which area of life it's happening in. Like I have in my third house. So I'm rethinking a lot of things going on with my communication or superficial communication, my siblings, everything in my close off proximity, short distance travel, real life shit. And finally, we also have Venus is going to finish retrograding at the new moon. So Venus is going to finish retrograding at 11 degrees in Capricorn, which is going to sextile Uranus in Taurus, going direct. I really like this because Venus in Capricorn, this is finishing retrograding. This is us. We finish reorganizing our love matters, our indulgence, what we want to unify and things of that nature for our status, business, what we want to achieve, restriction, boundaries when it comes to achieving the material realm. So Venus right now is done retrograding. So you're done thinking about your love matters, what you appreciate, what you indulge in, like sex, desires, smoking, eating, all that Venus sparkly shit that you love and appreciate. Venus is being very serious right now after it's done retrograding. So Venus is in the area of Capricorn. Venus has the nature of being hot and wet, while Capricorn is cold and dry. So Capricorn is the father figure. Capricorn is the judge. He's telling Venus, yeah, we're done with all this shit, dealing with indulging, being loving. This is the time we gotta get our status. This is the time we gotta initiate our business. This is the time for us to climb that mountain where you call people goats and things of that nature, because they climbed the mountain all the way to their status, aka their mid-heaven. And Venus finishing retrograding at Capricorn. So after we've done reorganizing all our love matter, dealing with our business, our status, our infrastructure, now that is seeing opportunity, because we finished rethinking these love matters, which is gonna make us see an opportunity as sextile to add uniqueness, originality for our material realm, because we already figured out what we love and appreciate, and now we're ready to move forward with initiating the cardinal earth. We're going to see opportunity for Uranus to bring these abrupt changes, to bring the originality to the material realm, to how we achieve and earn money, which is going to be really quite good. I feel like this new also got one more page. So Mars in 6th degree Capricorn is gonna be also squaring Chiron in Aries. So obviously Mars in Capricorn is bringing a lot of good energy for us to build that infrastructure and these business and these things. But this is what you gotta watch out for. The god of war, aka your passions and desires, is overworking itself for giving birth to that restriction and boundaries when it comes to receiving that practicality to form of career or status. But your passions and desires, the god of war, have to go through learning opportunities to heal your wounds about the right of being yourself, because Chiron in Aries, and Chiron is healing the self, who I am, while Mars in Capricorn is the commander. He's telling this is go time. We gotta build this structure, we gotta build these boundaries. So you gotta make sure that you gotta heal through Chiron, because Chiron is the key. What's happening on Aries, whatever house you have it in, fix that area, then your Mars in Capricorn could go all out. You could overwork yourself and things of that nature. Just don't go too crazy, because Mars, it rules our nervous system, and Capricorn rules our skeleton system, our frame, our bones, our knees, and things of that nature. You end up overworking yourself to the point where you cannot destroy your own frame. You destroy your own skeleton system. So definitely watch out for that. So just learn how to mitigate energies, and learn to do things at a certain time, and learn how to do things at different certain times, both mentally and physically, aka learn how to organize yourself mentally, then it's going to play out physically as you having a much more better successful life and things of that nature. And I'm working on that like everybody else, and I hope everybody is working on the same thing. So either way, thank you for listening. Thank you.